Welcome to another episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Anthony Luciano Raimondi. But before we get to Anthony Raimondi, I'm gonna bring Steve on and from Real Mob Radio, and I'm gonna talk to Steve for a little bit because Raimondi needs a few minutes. And damn, Steve just popped off. But so I'm gonna have to wait a couple minutes for Raimondi. But so anyway, how's everything going? What's good, Richard from Ireland? How you doing? What's good, Bobby Barbarian? I appreciate all you guys tuning in. This is gonna be a funny one because Raimondi's on a rampage. So it's gonna be really good. Awesome. All right, here's Steve. What's up, bro?
Hey, man. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, how you been?
Okay. Good. Busy, man. Working, Got these...
Your mic's a little loud.
Is it? Okay, let me bring it down a little bit.
Unless it's me. Yo, what's good, J-Dubs, man? I mean to fucking call you, man.
J-Dubs.
I get caught up with so much stuff, bro. I'm definitely going to call you tonight, man.
Yeah, I need to head over there too. It's snowing here in Minnesota, or it did a little bit today.
Is it?
It's like 30 degrees and cold, and wind is blowing.
Bro, it's 70 degrees in Connecticut today.
What?
Yeah. 70
I tell
degrees.
J-Dubs know people up here, the summer's really short. You blink your eye and it's over. Now winter's coming. It's like, man, this is a long grind. No fun. Hey,
That's
thanks,
awesome.
Bobby. I appreciate it. Trying to get some voiceover stuff. Anybody needs voiceover work, let me know. I'm all about it. Getting all over that.
I used to
Dude,
know
what
a
is
guy.
going on out here?
I knew a guy who would do voiceovers, and he'd be like, "In a world."
Oh, in a world.
Like that.
Yeah. There's so many different kinds now. You can do stuff like for video games. Audio books is a really huge market too. Especially somebody like your voice, Bill, because you have a really interesting sounding voice.
Yeah.
People
I have a really scratchy voice.
Right. And there's a demand for that because they're looking for characters, so your voice is a character. So that's why you call them, that's why they call them voice actors. So what the hell's going on out here, brother, with all this insanity, man? I just have to say it. We don't have to mention any names, but
he's gone, right?
Yeah, gone. Still talking though.
The trash has been.
He's still talking smack from what I hear, but I mean, look, that defies logic to me because
thank you,
you're a smart guy.
I appreciate that. If anyone wants to help out for the toy drive, all you have to do is donate to the PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, and I will take all that money and it's going to go towards the toys for the kids in the homeless shelter. So if you want to help out, you can donate. If you can't donate, hit the like button, share the video, and that would be enough, Yeah,
that's you're blessed if you give. And if you do it, not just because it's the holidays, but I have always been told that, and I've done this, I've literally had $1 left to my name. Nothing. I had to wait 2-3 days until payday. I was fortunate enough to be able to have one. But I gave the dollar away to somebody that was worse off than me, that really needed it more than I did. And, I think you're blessed for doing that. And I think I don't do that just because I want to do something for me to make me feel better. But I'm always looking, this is a big world, but yet it's not. So we got to help each other, man.
Bro, I don't have money like that, but it would make me feel good to make the kids that don't have nothing feel good.
Absolutely. And, and there are more and more families that, after COVID completely just jacked everybody up. And by the way, I have a friend right now that's in the hospital in the ICU, intensive care. He's critical. He's battling COVID. He's, 48 years old, and he is touch and go. So some good thoughts for everybody out there. If you have a good thought for him, his name is Chris. I've known him for 25 years. So we're thinking strong for him. But, you think about all this stuff.
Can you turn your mic down? People are calling me saying your mic's way too fucking loud, man.
Let's see how I do that. Let me look.
If you go to the right, there's a little speaker.
Yeah.
Click on that and then go to settings, sound settings, or mixer volume,
Let's see.
and then you'll have microphone. You'll be able to just turn it down a little bit. What's up, man? Or just back. Oh wait, your mic's hooked to your thing. I was gonna say, or just back up from the microphone.
Well, I can go. How about this? Is that better?
Now it sounds like echoey because of the room.
Or down here?
Or you could just talk like that. You could just talk.
All right,
lower.
I'll just keep it low. I have a tendency to talk loud, so I apologize to everybody if I'm blowing you out.
I know you blow my fucking eardrums out, man. There it goes. Hold on. Oh man.
I don't see what you were talking about, but I'll find it when I dig around here. So, but I mean, I think everything that's going on right now with the back and everybody screaming at each other and trying to get over on each other. I mean, life is short, maybe because people are young and they don't, when you're young, you don't think you're ever you're gonna live forever. But when you get older, you start to realize that, man, you start to think about the things you did and how short time is that you have to do good work versus wasting your time talking a bunch of crap about everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people do it for subs. I understand, but I don't know, man. I'm a karma guy. I think it's going to come back on you eventually. And who needs that?
It does. It comes back, man. What's up, everybody? How you doing, man? How you guys doing tonight? Raimondi will be with us in a little bit. Just waiting on him. He needed a little bit of time. But he's got some things to address. And so Mr. Pizza Man got cut off, right? He got cut off and
is his channel down? Is that the deal? Is it gone?
That's what I hear. I don't know if it's true.
He pissed all over an opportunity with me.
Dude, he crossed the line with a lot of people, man. And you can't do that. You can't make enemies in the industry, man.
Well, and you can't threaten somebody. It's a federal offense.
No, not like that, man. Not someone that was helping you. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. That makes no sense.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I don't know. And then the thing that's bothersome to me are those that enjoy watching this train wreck. They keep it going. They keep it moving along. Here comes
the other train wreck.
What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing? I'm joking, bro.
Hey, Anthony, how are you? Nice to meet you, sir.
All right, good, my man. Good. Pleasure.
Steve with Real Mob Radio, bro. Has been looking forward to meeting you.
Pleasure. Don't mind the phone. Keep sliding. What's going?
He said, another fucking train wreck. What's up, man? How you been?
All right, not bad. I tell you, I gotta make you laugh. So, I got a text today from a guy. What the fuck did I tell you his name was? Carlo. Says hello. And then I says, who's this? I text him back. Goes back and forth. Oh, you should apologize to Tony Pizza. Fuck Tony Pizza. Apologize. The guy turns out that he's a friend of Tony Pizza's, he says. And he's a friend of that other prick in Texas, the pedophile, Lee.
Yo, don't talk too crazy, man, because they won't. It'll affect me.
My guy's in LA told me the guy's pedophile.
I know, but just don't talk too crazy. Just don't talk too crazy. No.
Anyway, the guy was a gentleman. He was saying, you should apologize and this and that. And I says, I ain't apologizing to nobody. And that he's a friend of his, and Carlo owes him a favor, Tony Pizza. Got nothing to do with me. I said, you're getting involved in something you have no idea. I says, Tony Pizza don't know me, never met him, never spoke to him, and he's talking bad about me. I ain't gonna let that slide. And as far as Lee goes, Lee's a liar. He's a half a pedophile, besides short eyes. And I tell you that right now, my people in LA told me, and you know who the people are, Staxx, because you were talking with them on the phone that day.
Yeah.
When I was in LA. All right? I ain't got nothing to hide. Either way, then he tells me, oh, well, I'm going to take it upstairs. Well, then take it upstairs to who you got to go. But remember one thing, when you take it upstairs, whoever you get, they better be a made guy. Otherwise, you're going to have a serious fucking problem with me. Then he turns around and says, thanks for being a gentleman, blah, blah, blah. And he ends it. I says, well, you're getting in the middle. Tony Pizza, I don't know him. If he's got any balls, I told him more than once, why don't you come and meet me, Tony Pizza? And he doesn't. They all talk as a tough guy. I told him, come to L&B Pizzeria. It's out in the open. You feel comfortable, come and meet me. He don't meet me. He don't meet me. Just like with Lee Cole. I made the thing to Lee Cole, and this is the 4th time I'm doing it. I said, Lee Cole, you come to New York. All the bad stuff you're saying about me, say it to my face. If you do, then I know you got balls and you're not a punk and you're not a pedophile. I'll take you to the studio in Manhattan. I'll give you a 3-hour live show with me. You can ask me any question you want, and I have to answer it. And at the end of the show, you get the whole tape. This is the 4th time I'm telling this to Lee Cole, and he still never answered me. Am I right or am I wrong, Staxx?
No, you're right.
4 times I said this to him. How many times I told Tony Pizza, come and meet me. I'll meet you. Let's go meet. He never answered me. Then you get this weird kid who said his name was Vincenzo, that he was with the Guardians of the Green Beret, which I don't give a shit one way or the other, talking all this shit. And I says, come and meet me, tough guy. He don't want to meet me. Now you got this moron, the Coastal Connection.
Listen, my personal opinion is that Nicosa Connection is Vincenzo. He's the one that called you.
He may well be, but let me tell you, he puts out a tape saying, where you see a guy's on the tape saying that they're going to call the cops, and he's saying it's me. First of all, Nicosa, you're a big jerk off, because when he called me, I was in my car and I got the phone in my car. My cousin Sal was there. So Sal said, let me talk. I said, all right. So I let my cousin Sal talk. He said he's going to call the cops. He called them all names. And the guy panicked and he hung up. So first of all, Nicosa, you're a jerk off because it's not me, it's my cousin Sal, number one. Number two, you took pictures of where I live, my bedroom window and my kitchen window. Now, let me tell you something. That crosses the line right there.
Yeah, it does.
The only type of people that do that are perverts and degenerates. What, you want to see my girl with no clothes on, or one of my daughters or my granddaughter? You're a fucking pervert, Nicosa, and I'm calling you out. You want me? Come on and meet me. I'll meet you
Billy T Man.
Anywhere. Wait a
Billy
minute,
T Man.
Then they got a video. Then they got a tape saying, "Oh, they tape recorded me." Who makes tape recordings? Only rats. Only a rat makes a tape recording. And Nicosa falls right in because I was told from L.A. that Nicosa, they think he's a rat because of certain things that happened in New York. I don't know what happened, but it makes me laugh. And I wouldn't be surprised if he is a rat. And I believe he's a pervert because you're taking pictures of the window.
Someone said you...
Nicosa,
so listen.
Meet me at L&B's on Sunday because I got a couple of things to do this week. But remember one thing. I never ratted on nobody. I never wore a wire on nobody. I never testified on anybody. Never said the prop. No, nothing. My prison record stands. My organized crime record fucking stands. I don't give a shit what any of you young guys say. I'm 68 years old. You guys were fucking kids. You weren't even allowed to come into the Diplomat where I was. And they want to talk. So, Nicosa, you're a big, tough guy. And you ever see him? He imitates me. He wears a beard, wears dark glasses, smokes a cigar. He's imitating me, the punk. He's a punk. He's you know what they are? They're either telephone tough guys, they're computer tough guys, keyboard, camera, and phone. They got no balls, none of them.
You're right.
Nicosa,
You're right,
I'm telling
Anthony.
you now, Sunday, give the word to Staxx. I'll meet you at L&B Pizzeria in 86th Street. You know where it is. I'll be there 1 o'clock. How's that? Let's see how much balls you fucking got. And I tell you the truth, I hope you try to put your hands on me. Because nothing will give me greater pleasure to bust you up and put you in a fucking body cast.
Yo, this dude Billy T Man, he's saying that he's saying that Barry chased you out of Coney Island.
Nobody chased me out of Coney Island. The city sold all the property to Zamperla, and I lost my spot. I know Barry very well. Barry never chased me out of Coney Island. So that's bullshit. That is bullshit.
Did you know anyone on Court Street?
When the weather gets warmer, I'll go see Barry myself, and I'll tell him this is what Nicosa's saying. Because Nicosa's a punk.
No, this dude Billy T Man said Barry slapped the shit out of him.
Never fucking happened, Billy. You're full of shit. Barry
I don't believe that happened.
Hand on me.
I don't believe that either.
Anthony, I don't believe anybody's ever done that to you, my friend.
Barry knows me, you stupid moron. I was the only guy in Coney Island who never paid Barry off. Remember that. Because of who I was with and who I am. Remember that. His cousin Anthony tried to get me to pay him the money. What out of your mind? So I made him make a meet. When Barry seen it was me, he goes, Anthony, Pluto, because they used to call me Pluto. I go, what's doing? I said, "There's your cousin." He said, yes. He's trying to shake me. I said, what are you kidding me? He says, forget it. He goes, you don't pay over here. He goes, we know everybody, the whole family, we're all friends. So this guy, Billy T, is full of shit. Because you ask anybody in Coney Island that knows me, nobody ever put their hand on me over there.
Did you know anyone from Court Street, Anthony?
Sure,
Back
I
in
used
the
to
day?
know Punchy was a good friend of mine. Stevie Borriello was another friend of mine. Carmine Balsamo, all these guys were friends of mine. Me and Punchy were away together also. We were in Danbury. We were doing time in Danbury together, me and Punchy. Back in the 80s. These young kids don't know what they're talking about. All they hear is stories that they make up. Barry, I bet you this son of a bitch wouldn't even know what Barry looks like if Barry walked up to him. Because now that he said it, when the weather gets warmer, like April, May, and Barry's there, I'm going to go down and see Barry. I'm going to tell I say, Barry, this kid, whatever his name is, says, you hit me, Barry. This kid's spreading all these rumors about. And I'll make Barry get this kid to come down, and then I'll bust his ass, this kid.
There you go.
Another tough
Yeah,
guy.
I have a hard time believing anybody would do that. And Anthony, I wanted to let you know I'm going to buy your book this weekend, and I'm looking forward to reading it. I want to get caught up on that. I think it's exciting, and the first time I get a chance to meet you, Staxx was allowed me on to say hello, and I hope I get a chance to sometime interview you down the line because
yeah, it'd be my pleasure.
Yeah, you know, and the thing that I know about you, and the thing I know about, you know, you remind me of some of my in-laws and some of the people on my side of my family, that there's a lot of telephone tough guys and keyboard tough guys. You're 68, nobody would know it, but what I'm telling you is there's a lot of people that can talk a lot of smack out here, and they know they can do it with impunity. They nobody's going to be able to get to them. And if it was in the 80s, nobody would be talking, because it's the only way you make contact.
No one would be on YouTube. There wouldn't be a YouTube.
Well, that's true. No one would be out there, right? It'd be different thing.
Nicole,
I appreciate you out here, man. I really do.
Still. You know, he thinks the tough guy drives up and down Tate Parkway taking pictures of the building. He's a punk. And you know what?
What's he trying to gain? What's he trying to gain, Anthony? What's he trying to gain by this?
He's trying to get notoriety for that creepy little fucking show that he's got. And then I'm going to make you laugh. He had one video where he says, you know, if you hit the button and like and subscribe to me and donate money to me, I'll be able to buy a tripod and cameras and do it from my house. You're doing it in your car on the phone. You know what, fuckhead? Go to your house and do it over your telephone in your house. You're a moron.
Yeah, right. It's true.
Then he turns around. He's saying, I'm smoking a Cuban cigar. It's not like some guys referring to me. I don't smoke in the house, and I don't smoke in the studio. Outside, I do. And he says, oh, but I don't smoke them all the way down because they get hot. Well, jerk off. Cuban cigars, real ones, do not get hot on the way down. So I don't know what
you're breaking up, Anthony.
But it wasn't a Cuban cigar. All right, listen to me. Connection, right?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I could.
All right. Doesn't sound like Cosa Nostra connection. Think about Cosa Nostra connection, Nicosa connection. He's trying to make it sound like that.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. It's because he's got no life.
He said, this dude says Mimi. Do you know a person named Mimi from Coney Island?
You mean Mimi?
Mimi?
Mimi was in Coney Island years ago. Just like I knew Salty when Salty was in Coney Island years ago. And
so what's up with Coney Island, Anthony? Is Coney Island ever going to come back again? Do you think Coney Island will ever come back strong, or is that just going to be just this kind of a thing that's long gone?
There's still money to be made. I had concessions on Jones Walk. I had 3 of them. And I was dealing with John, I forgot his name. He passed away. He was the landlord. He sold it to the city, and I was dealing with the city. Then in 2011, the city sold it to Zamperla, and he built a new Wonder Wheel Park and all that other stuff. So we lost the spots there. But I still got money invested in Coney Island. I got a story in my old book, in book 2. It's in book 2. I don't know if I put it in book 1, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to put it in book 2. When Big Alley Boy Persico sent me to Coney Island to bring Salty back downtown, he had to speak to him. Salty told me, when I'm ready, I'll go down there. And Alley Boy told me, I don't care if you got to drag him down the stairs. And he had the club where I dragged him right down the fucking stairs with Mikey the Bear driving the car, threw him in and took him downtown. And that's a proven fucking fact. So as far as Barry, no, Barry never laid a finger on me. Barry's a friend of mine. I knew him. They can all talk whatever they want. They can all say all the bullshit. You know what? Say it to my face. Don't do it over there. Come to my face.
I don't think there isn't any honor anymore, though, in that. Nobody's going to do that. They're all going to run scared. You know, there's no honor. Yeah.
They're all bullshit artists. They want to be tough guys. All bullshit artists.
Well, they ain't tough over here, man. Shout out to Liz. I hope you feel better.
That's like, yeah.
Definitely.
How you been feeling, Anthony?
Not too bad. I had my treatments. I gotta go back for my treatments again for the cancer.
What is it, every other week or something?
Every other week I go, yeah. I go every other week for the treatments, but I'm holding my own. I ain't going out that easy. I wouldn't give these son of a bitches the pleasure of saying that I died.
Now you're a fighter, I can tell.
As long as I can.
Yeah, I survived cancer too. I had colon cancer 2015, Anthony.
Let me ask you a question. You know, wow. Really?
Yeah, survived it. I'm 58. And, you know, you just got to, it changes your life. I mean, for me, I had to change everything about what I did, how I ate, how I lived.
You in New York?
No, I'm in Minnesota, actually, right outside of Minneapolis, way up north.
Okay. You got family in New York over here?
Not well, a little bit. In-laws. I have married an Italian girl from Chicago 33 years ago, and she's got people in New York, people in Chicago too. Yeah. I was a professional bodyguard for 25 years, so I worked with a lot of guys, and they come up here to go to the casinos.
Yeah.
Did a little law enforcement work, but you know, I met some of the best business I learned, and some of the best things I learned in business going forward were from street guys. So I worked in the clubs for years. You know, I'd have them as clients. You know, even though there was illegal stuff going on, the basic information they taught me you can take with you every day. Motivation, never stop, push, be relentless, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Perfect. So.
I don't know, I'm breaking up from over here.
Yeah, you're breaking up like crazy, man.
What? Hold on. Let me turn off this computer.
Okay, that's scratchy sound.
Yeah, fix that, man.
It sound like a mouse when they're chewing on wires or something.
Hold on, I'm just gonna mute your mic for a minute. Remind me. All right. Is it good?
I can still hear that. There you go.
Good now. Hey, what you said you had a story? You said you had a story for me tonight, man. What was the story you said you had for us tonight? You said you had a story, remember? We were talking earlier.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Max, I don't know why it's breaking up. I got my computer off. So let me try something else. Hold on. All right, now how's it now?
There you go. No more. There you go.
Yeah, you're good, man. No, it's breaking up now.
All right. Back in Brooklyn, there was a story. There was a guy, Patty DeLuca. They had DeLuca funeral. I got the story. I'm putting it in the book too. There was DeLuca funeral parlor, the father and the sons, and he had this kid, Patty, son named Patty. Patty was a skinny kid, not a tough guy. You know, like everybody picked on him. So the kid one day starts getting into weightlifting, and he starts taking steroids. In a year, this kid blossomed up. He looked like freaking Lou Ferrigno. He was huge, this kid, strong. Kid within a year was pumping like 450 on the bench with no problem. Went to his head. He started coming around to our card games, sticking them up. He came to one or two of my games, stuck it up. I went to the funeral parlor. I told his father, because his father was a wise guy. I said, your son comes again, it's going to put a bullet in his fucking head. P.S. The kid comes back to the funeral parlor again. He comes back to one of our card games again, sticks it up. I go to the funeral parlor. I seen him at the funeral parlor. I had an aluminum bat. There was a funeral going on at the place. On the red carpet. I chased him. I whacked him with the fucking bat about 5 different fucking spots. People called the cops and everything. The father comes out. Blah, blah, blah. I said, I'll fucking put one in your fucking head. I catch him again, your son. I'm going to fucking take him right out. P.S. There was a sit down. And they told him, your son comes here again, touches our stuff, he's dead. They gave the word to kill him. All right? Now he started messing around in a different part of the neighborhood with a different family, and then another one and another one. They all got together because they knew the father. They said, you got one choice here. Well, two. Get your son out of New York, otherwise we're going to kill him. So what he did, he sent his son to Florida. And he became he was like the prince of Miami Beach there, you know? He got into the coke business, and then he starts ripping off guys. He's ripping off guys down there. I'm Patty DeLuca. I don't give a fuck. Now this kid's pumping about 550 now on the bench. So this kid's a big fucking kid.
Yeah.
Got to the point that they warned him in Florida. They warned the father. The father told him, fuck them is what the kid says. So the story is that he was driving a speedboat and he lost control of the speedboat. He crashed into the pylon and that's how he died. That's partly true. The story that I got, okay, let's leave it at that. There was another boat that was chasing him. And the guy on the boat, there were two guys, one driving and one guy with a rifle. They put a bullet right between his shoulders. A 308 sniper round. It's exactly what I was told it was. I got this on the deathbed, on a deathbed confession. Okay? Caught him in between the shoulders, lost control, boom, right into the pylon. No more Patty DeLuca. End of story.
Yeah, but wouldn't they know he had the bullet hole in his chest? Like, wouldn't they know?
No, the guy hit in the belt. He got shot from behind. But evidently, when he hit the pylon, they wrote it off that was it. They didn't bother to really examine the body. Well, the father had him buried up
Probably smashed up.
Father opened. He had he had some type of complex, some type of what do you call it?
Napoleon?
No,
Napoleon complex?
no, it's a condominium complex.
Oh, okay.
And I forgot the name of it, what it was, like the Playboy complex or some bullshit like that.
You know, Anthony, I used to be a
a
professional wrestler, Anthony, back in the day for a little bit, and you know, I knew a lot of guys that took steroids too, and the only reason that they did is because a lot of times
your mic, Steve,
is too loud.
Yeah, just try to keep your voice lower.
Okay, so yeah, so the challenge is that a lot of guys that come into the game, if they were already big when they started wrestling, the expectation was you have to maintain that size, right? So everybody was on steroids to heal. But roid rage is a real thing, but it sounds like that kid, I don't think steroids had anything to do with it. He was out of his mind for going against the made guys like that. What was he thinking? He had a death wish, and that's what happened to him. So
he thought he was indestructible because he was so big and strong and he could push all this weight. And naturally his father was a half-ass wise guy. So he thought he could get away with everything. But he didn't realize you can only push your luck so far, and that's it. After that,
muscle doesn't stop a bullet.
And that goes with everything, man. You can only push your luck so far.
Yeah. So, like I said, they sent him to Florida, but then he started doing it in Florida. And Florida sent word to New York, hey, talk to this kid. The only reason why they gave him that much leeway was because of his father. And when the father said, yeah, look, the father can't control him, you know what? Open season.
We lost Steve. We lost Steve. Hey, what did you tell me that story about the funeral parlor, remember, in the roof or something?
Oh, that was my cousin Leo's place, yeah.
You want to tell that story?
Of course, yeah, get Steve back.
Yeah, he's back. He's back. He's right here.
Sorry about that.
Right. My cousin, there was a guy on Court Street that I was told to grab him. This guy named Tommy Pigeons. And what happened, my cousin Leo had a funeral parlor on Court Street. It was called Guido Funeral Parlor. All right. It was real, and it was called Cobble Hill Funeral Parlor. It was Guido Funeral Parlor. It's my cousin Leo. So this guy, Tommy Pigeons, I catch him, and I see him on the roof, and I'm chasing him. Now, he runs across, no problem. I run across the roof to my cousin's. I fall through the roof. I went right down 2 stories into the funeral parlor, and I land on a body that they just got done embalming, that the guys did a autopsy on. And all I heard was a black smell. My legs start burning. I'm fucking screaming in pain from the thing. My cousin Matt comes running in. My cousin Leo's there. What the fuck? I fell through the fucking roof. Meanwhile, my cousin Leo neglected to tell us the whole building was gutted because he was renovating, except for the funeral parlor. Now they got to take me to the Now they got to take me to the hospital. They take me to Methodist Hospital, where Dr. Leo was there. I was there about a week. They had to put all types of medicine and wrap my legs. That the embalming fluid burnt my both legs. Time go by. About a month goes by. I'm back. I'm back on the street and everything. Everything's good. And Jerry says, "You got to get this guy Tommy Pigeons." This is Jerry Lang telling me. I said, "I'm going to go get him." He said, "But watch out for the roof." We were joking around. I said,
He said, "Watch out for the roof." Of course, he said that.
Yeah, just why you go through the roof. So now I go back. I go up on the roof, and I'm going across him, and I see him. He's near Court and Laquia Street on the roof with the pigeons. I approach him. One thing leads to another. I crack him. All of a sudden, I see hands flying in the air, legs, feet, fists. I'm getting hit from like 19 different directions. I'm falling back. What the fuck is going on? They neglected to tell me the guy was a 4th degree in fucking karate. This guy was fucking
kicking your ass,
kicked,
right?
I didn't even see half of them coming. I go back on the floor, and there was a pipe. It was a fucking steel pipe. I pick up the fucking pipe. He went to kick me. I caught him right in the ankle with the pipe. This guy let out a scream. As I said, I went to work on him with this pipe. I fucking broke his neck. Not his neck. I broke his hand. I broke one of his knees. I fucked him up all the way around the board, and I told him, get the money by next week. I said, because if you don't want to come back up here, I'm going to cut your head off and throw you off the roof. Now I go back
Jerry
down.
Lang.
Yeah, there's Jerry. Now I go back down to 3rd Avenue and Carroll Street, right? I walk into the Diplomat, and Jerry looks at me. He goes, what the fuck happened to you? I said, what do you mean what happened to me? He goes, you got doing the fight with King Kong, and he won. I said, well, I've seen Tommy Pigeons. And he starts laughing. I said, you didn't tell me he was a fucking 4th degree black belt in fucking karate, did you? So he starts laughing, Jerry. He says, what happened? So I got him. I said, I got him good. 2 days later,
these
I'm
guys
sitting in Monty's restaurant, and we're sitting down and we're eating. Huh?
Nah, keep going.
2 days later, we're in Monty's restaurant, we're sitting down and eating, and Tommy Pigeons, his brother, comes in. And this guy came in, he was like, you can see this guy's looking around like this. This guy was nervous, like he thought he was going to get popped when he walked in there. Walks up to me, and I'm sitting there with Jerry and Big Al. He goes, Anthony, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can I speak? Yeah, what? So talk to me here. He pulls out the envelopes. He goes, here's all the money that my brother owes you. Here's the interest and everything. He goes, we don't want no problems or anything. I said, there's no problem here. I said, he paid it. That's fine. All well and good. Tell your brother, if he comes in the neighborhood, I'm going to run him over, or I'm going to tie him to the bumper of my car, and I'm going to drag him through the streets. And the guy left. We got all the money back, plus he gave us 7 weeks interest on top of what he already owed us.
There you go.
And he walked out.
Perfect.
Nice chunk.
Meanwhile, I looked at Jerry and I said, but you guys couldn't tell. Did nobody decide? It escaped everybody's brain. Oh, the guy's a 4th degree in karate. I had to find out after this guy.
Kicking your ass.
But, hey, look, that's how you love it.
So, Anthony,
Hey,
I'm curious. Do you miss the life, Anthony? Do you miss it? Do you miss the life, bro?
Huh?
Do you miss the life? Do you miss being out there every day and doing the thing
I
you
do miss the life. I said, let me tell you something. I said I do miss the life, but I also said if it would have been the way it was in the 70s and the 80s, I would have never left. But when I was going to do my book, I went to my friends who were in prison. I spoke to a lot of them. I saw a lot of them. I got messages. I told them what I was going to do. Here's what their answer was. One, we made a mistake by putting all these new guys in. All right? Their cousins, relatives, this, that, or whatever. It says, 2, write your book. Just do us a favor. If you put us in, don't make us look like bad guys or monsters. I said, I will never do that. I would never make you guys look bad or look like monsters. And they said, get out of here when you can. These kids will have you sent away. You'll be sitting in here next to us doing 1,000 years. These kids all got a different idea. Since all the guys went away, now they all think who they are. I'm 20 to 28 years older than all these guys. Oh, we never heard of you. You never was able to come down to the Diplomat and stay in there. That's why. You were kids.
They don't.
It's like one guy says, oh, I never heard of Mac. Mac was a nobody. Now, you remember I told you a story about my cousin. You could check it out. You McIntosh. That was Carmine Persico's right-hand man, and that was his bodyguard.
I would say that to
Mac was
somebody.
half Irish and half Italian.
And he wasn't even all Italian, man.
What?
Yeah, I looked into your cousin Hugh, and he was a heavy hitter, and he wasn't even all Italian.
He was half
Can you
Irish
hear me?
and half Italian.
Yeah, half Irish, half Italian, and it was Carmine Persico's. It was Carmine Persico's right-hand man.
So why were the families making a bunch of guys? Like, no, like, I know. I was hearing about.
Hold on, Steve. Oh, hold up, Steve. Let Anthony talk, cause then
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
The delays messing up everyone. Go ahead, Anthony.
Plus, my cousin Mac, he's Carmine's son, Allie Boy. Carmine Sabo, that's his godfather. My cousin Mac was his godfather.
So do you think
So
there'll
this
ever
guy
come a
who's
time?
opening up his mouth, I don't remember who the hell he was. What?
I was going to say, do you think there'll ever come a time that it's ever going to go back to the way it was? It'll never go back to the way it was just because of how the laws are now. It's still
It'll never
around,
go
but
back to the way it was. Yeah, but it'll never go back because these new guys here, they think, or they all, listen to me, these new guys who came in, they either got put in because of their uncle, their father, their cousin, the mother's boyfriend, the father's this one, that one, and they brought all their friends in. But let me tell you, all these guys, they bring in all their friends and they make all their friends. But if you follow their history, as soon as one of the
I think we lost them.
Yeah, bros, man.
Yeah. Well, I got to jump actually. So,
All right, bro.
yeah, I appreciate. Hey, everybody out there. Good to see everyone. And thanks again, Staxx.
Don't worry, I'll clean up the mess.
No, I got to
All
jump.
right, man.
All right. Hey, I'll talk to you a little later on. Have a
Later,
good
bro.
day, everybody. Take care. All right.
All right, man. So Anthony froze. Let me see if I can get him back. So what's good, everyone? So Mac wasn't made. He was just an associate, but he had a lot of power. I'm gonna pull up a picture of Mac and Carmine Persico. Right here, boom. Here he is. Yeah, he was. He was introduced because of his family, but he was around different. He was around two different organized crime families with his family. You know how like when you have cousins and you have uncles and some of them are in one family and some are in another family, like you don't really know where you're going. Like, I mean, I don't really know how that goes, but so Mac is the one in the back and that's Persico in the front. And he was with him all the time. He was his 24-hour bodyguard. He was his right hand man. He would take care of business for him. So, I mean, the proof is there. I think, let me see. Frankie Lino and all them, they were in the same crew. And it's crazy because it's true that people can have as much power as a made man with their connections. Like, so if someone's around the boss every single day and that's their close confidant, and they don't have to be Italian, they're going to form a bond, right? They're going to form a bond and they're going to be spending all this time together. And obviously, this dude's going to have a level of respect for this guy. And there's some people that are like that. And yeah, but Panisi was he got to be made. He was a made man, and you can't take that away from him. Never in a million years. What do you mean? You don't think that there's some people that aren't made that have the same kind of power? There are people next to the bosses. They don't have the same power as the boss, but they have the same power as a made man. There's people that are around the boss that have the same power as a made man. I guarantee you there is. If you guys didn't know, Gene Barillo is going back to court on January 25th, 2022, and he pled guilty to violating the terms of his release. He pled guilty to 2 charges, and we will see what happens. Jerry Capisi wrote an article about it today, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if Mr. Rat Boy, what happens with him, if he, squeak, squeak, motherfucker. We'll see if he survives his little vacation that he's going to take this time. He survived last time, but that shit catches up with you, man. Look at Alpo. Perfect example. Jimmy Burke. Jimmy Burke. Perfect example. Perfect example. Thank you. Jimmy Burke. Perfect example. There's more, too. There's a lot more. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that was Anthony. I'm gonna try to get him back on. Let me see. All right, boom. Now I'm just waiting for him to pop back in, and we'll see what happens, right? So, what's good with everyone? I'm not really sure what he pled guilty to. I think threatening his girl. I'm not gonna speculate. Really don't know. There's gonna be a lot more information about it tomorrow. Jerry Capisi's writing the article up about it. He wrote one, but it doesn't have that much information. So thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna always do that. I'm always gonna help out and try to make someone else's life a little better. I don't live the high life. I don't have a bunch of money. I don't have a bunch of stuff that I want to have. But if I can make someone else's Christmas better, then job complete. What's good, man? How you doing? You gotta unmute the mic, the microphone.
How's that?
Yeah, perfect, man. How you doing, bro?
All right, what up? Is Steve still on?
No, he had to go,
All right.
but we'll have him on again.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, man. He's got a show and he wants to have you on. So
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure. Be my pleasure.
so tomorrow night I am having a bunch of Chicago. I'm having a couple people from a couple Chicago outfit associates, and
Right.
it's gonna be a great show, man. Make sure you guys tune in for that.
Sounds good.
Do you watch my shows?
Of course. Of course I watch this show.
I know you do, man.
The hell. So what else is doing?
Nah, man. I'm just chilling. I'm trying to I'm trying to do this toy run for the kids, man, so I can get the
Nice.
kids.
Nice.
I want to get the kids that are in the homeless shelter. I want to get them some toys,
Yeah.
some socks, maybe give them like a package each. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Be
Hey, let
nice
me
to
ask you a
do
question.
something for some kids. Yeah,
Did the
what's up?
post or any of them chime in on this already?
Not at all.
Are they watching?
No,
No?
no, they're not. They haven't chimed in.
They're faggots.
Andrew, damn, man, you're gonna get me demonetized, man. You can't talk
What?
like that. You can't talk like that,
They're
Anthony.
sissies.
Yeah.
Well, Andrew what? Who is saying Andrew what?
He said, I hope your health is well. Andrew White. He said, I hope your health is well.
Tell Andrew
You
I
get
said
to,
thank you.
you tell him, man.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I am grateful. Definitely grateful for every dollar I get. I think I got about $100 and something towards the toy fund. So I'm gonna take every penny of that. Every penny that comes in from now until Christmas is going towards that. Whether I'm gonna buy clothes for them kids, toys. If you guys help me, we can make it a good Christmas for them.
That's a good deal.
So
very good.
I'm gonna find out exactly how many families are there, and we can get a plan together and try to help that out. You know.
Yeah.
What's good with the book, man? Have you been working on it?
Yeah, I'm working on book 2. Yeah. In between me, I'm feeling better. I always work on it. But I got it, with LA, everything's going good. So we can't complain. And it's coming along. Everything's coming along the way it's supposed to be. But like I said, what I was saying about Nicosa and all these guys, let me tell you, like I tell everybody, they all talk tough, guys. Tell me to my face. Come and meet me in L&B Pizzeria Sunday. I'll be there 1 o'clock.
Have you ever heard of? Have you ever heard of that guy? Pizza guy?
Who? Tony Pizza?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I never heard of him. And I told the guy Carlo, who texted me today, we were talking back and forth by text. Well, I'll tell you, the guy was a gentleman. I got to tell you the truth. But he was trying to
tell you to apologize to,
and I said,
the
there's
pizza
no
man.
way I'm apologizing.
Yeah.
Then he thought he was, he tried. He said, well, I'll have to take it upstairs. I said, oh, do what you want.
Take it upstairs. Tony ain't nobody. He was never involved with people.
Listen, I told this kid. I kept telling this guy, listen to me, Staxx. I kept telling him, Tony Pizza talked about me. I never met the guy. I never spoke to him. He's saying bad shit about me, and I opened up my mouth about him. And he tells me in the text he goes, well, I owe him a favor. All right.
You're covering the speaker, bro. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. You covered it with your finger.
Oh. And I told him, I said, I don't apologize to nobody. I ain't running from him. And you know how many times I said, Tony Pizza, come and meet me? And this guy, Carlo, I told him 4 times, come and meet me. And we'll talk. He never answered me, yes, I'll come and meet you, or no, I won't. He never said that. Never said nothing.
It's probably all the same people, man.
He probably got involved in something that he shouldn't have got involved in, and he realized he shouldn't be involved in this. But Tony Pizza, anytime you want to try me out, be my guest. Be my guest. I don't know you from a hole in the wall. You don't know me.
Okay. Anthony, so this guy says Raimondi never touched Eddie Leno. Fact, Eddie and Rudy would have chopped him up. I don't know about this other stuff, but that's a flat out lie. What do you got to say for that?
That ain't a flat out lie, because that happened in the club in the Green Isle. That's where it happened. You got to remember, I was already straightened out also. Eddie Leno couldn't do nothing. He had to go to a sit down. That's why we had to sit down with his brother Frankie. If you read the rest of the book, we had Frankie was his cousin, I think. His cousin or his brother, Frankie Leno. And Frankie Leno turned out to be a rat. He ratted on everybody. So unless you were in the Green Isle that time on 5th Avenue and 57th Street in Brooklyn and Baybridge, you have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, you have no idea what you're talking about. Because first of all, Eddie Leno was wrong for putting his hands on me first. Because a made guy does not put his hands on another made guy. Once you put your hand, you're a made guy, and you put your hands on another made guy, the guy you touch can do anything he wants to you because you broke the rules. And that's what Eddie done because he thought who the hell he was. If it wasn't for Frankie Lino and Bobby Lino, Eddie Lino would have never been out. So tell the guy he don't even know what he's talking about. Because they all want to talk. They all want to talk. Meanwhile, they were never around when that happened. None of them.
So, Anthony, now that you're not in the life anymore, right? Now that you're not, do you consider yourself still a made guy?
Of course. That you keep it with you for the rest of your life. You have that for your whole life.
So what
That's
about
not
people
something
that
you
rat?
Take away and give back. What?
What about people that rat? Sammy the Bull says he's a made guy till the day he dies.
Yeah.
But
You
he
take
right
that
when you
oath, and that's what,
but
that's
right
what
when
happens.
you rat, you lose that. You lose that card, man. Right when you rat,
Listen,
you're not a
everybody
gangster
has
anymore.
Everybody has a different thing. They all say when you're right, that I don't know. I don't know. Guys who rat, the guy was a made guy. The guy turned out he gave up everybody and ratted on everybody. He was still a made guy. He was still a made guy, no matter which way you do. That's not something they can just take away from you. They can tell you that they'll put you on the shelf, which means you're still made, but nobody can do anything with you. And if you're going to do something, you got to get approval from somebody. That means you're back down to like a foot guy. That's
So
what it is.
getting shelved, it's better to get what, killed than shelved, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Because you still got the button when you're shelved, but you can't use it and you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. Not a damn thing.
And it matters how long, right? It matters how long. Or it doesn't matter about what it matters what you did to how long they're gonna shelf you for, right?
No. I know guys that were put on the shelf for a month. I know a guy that was on the shelf for 5 years. And all of a sudden, when the new regime came in, the guy took him off the shelf and the guy made him a lieutenant. Because the guy liked him. The guy made him a lieutenant. It all depends on who you're with and what they do. Everybody wants to talk, these kids. They have no idea what the old rules were. Old school, these new kids do not know old school at all. Not at all.
I just think that people don't understand that you are an older gentleman and you've been through a lot of shit in your life, and
I'm 68 years old.
This is your story. You're damn near 70 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, and these young kids come up, well, we never heard of you. I'm 20 to 28 years older than you, and these kids never were allowed to come into the Diplomat on Carroll Street and 3rd Avenue. They were never allowed us. You know when they started coming around? I went away. My friends went away. We all went away. They started bringing these kids around. And my cousin always said, we never had any of these kids come around us. If I didn't know you before I went away, I don't want to know you when I came out. I didn't trust nobody. And a lot of these new kids that they made, because they were kids, that when they got caught, they all ratted. They all started to become rats.
This guy says there are guys in the life today that fathers ratted. Ed and sons are still in the life today.
I don't know any fathers or sons that ratted that are in the life. But if they are, I can't say they are not or that they are. But if they are, then that shows you how much this thing changed, how bad it got. It's not like it was.
They said, this guy says, trust me, no made guy is allowed to have a mustache. That's a fucking lie, because there was a lot of made guys that had mustaches. Right. There was Greg Scarf.
Tell him.
There was
I grew it after I left. Tell him I grew it after I left the life. Now, Greg Scarpa used to wear one, and he was a made guy. He was a captain. He used to wear one. Billy Fingers years ago. Wild Bill Catullo. Years ago, when he was made, he wore a mustache too. A lot of guys did. A lot of guys did. I grew it after I left the life. So you're all talking and you don't know the story. You don't know anything and you're talking. All right? And you're all talking and you don't know. You go to some of these other states, Chicago, you go to Los Angeles, you go to Arizona, you go to Las Vegas, and all these other places. They got a lot of wise guys there that got mustaches and beards. A lot of them. So,
especially if you go to Kansas City and stuff like that, people don't act the same way. Like like people in New York City and Kansas City, they don't act the same. They don't dress the same, right?
No, they don't. No. And in Kansas City, I knew Tony Savella, who I was away with. His father, Carl Savella, who was the head of the family of the Savellas. There was the uncle Bo, also Bo Savella. So I knew them all. I was away with Tony Savella. So
I'm an
they
expert in the
don't
mob.
What?
What makes me an expert? I interviewed half of the mob so far. I think that gives me pretty good credentials.
Yeah. Well, see, a lot of these guys talk about what they hear on TV now, or what they think they read, or what their friends on the street tell them, and they're not getting the whole story. They're not getting the truth. They're not going back to when my time was there, when I was around, when we were there. My cousins were around, my uncles, my father. They're only going back maybe 20 years ago when all these new guys started coming in. All these young new guys started coming in. That's where
This
they're
guy
going
says
back.
Eddie was made before Frankie.
Eddie Leno?
That's what he's.
I'm not sure if he was maybe before Frankie, because Frankie was with the Bonanno people and Eddie was with the Gambinos. Eddie was with the Gambino people.
No
Now, I don't
problem.
know if Eddie was made first or Frankie, but I know they were both wise guys, because when we had that problem and they were to sit down, Frankie Leno's the one that we sat down with.
Did you just call yourself? Yeah, damn right I did. I called myself a mob expert.
Listen,
I got more credentials than you do.
listen, people want to talk and say things because, like I said, they don't know, or they hear made up stories, or they read something in the paper and then they change it around. Just like with me, I say something and somebody always takes my words and they change it around to something else, to something I didn't say. Like here, there was a thing I told you. I said a long time ago that I used to be in the Diplomat on Carroll and Third, right? I used to stay there, and somebody turned around and said, "Oh yeah, he said he was in the Diplomat every day, 7 days a week with Junior and with Greg Scarpa. Nobody knows him." First of all, I never said I was there with Junior because Junior was in prison, and I never said I was there every day with Greg Scarpa either. I said I was there every day with Big Alley Boy Persico, Jerry Lang, my cousin Mac, and all the rest of the guys. And when I had a meet with Greg, either he was on 3rd Avenue, or I went to 11th Avenue, or I went to 13th Avenue, or we met out in Bay Ridge, or even in Staten Island. That's what I said. But somebody turned the whole thing all the way around to try to make me look bad. Just like there's a guy impersonating me on the internet. That's not me.
There is.
Whoever's impersonating me is not me.
Yeah, it's
What?
definitely the person in the comments. If you guys didn't know, that's not Anthony in the comments.
I don't write comments. I talk directly on the show, or I'll talk to you by phone. I don't write comments. So whoever's impersonating me because they got my picture, it's not me. I'll tell you that right
How
now.
many feeler suits do you have, Anthony?
I got 20 Feeler suits.
Really?
Yeah, I got 20 of them. I like Feeler. Some people like Nike and all the rest. I like Feeler.
I got
Feeler.
I got a closet full of black T-shirts.
And I also wear Feeler sneakers too. Okay?
I wear
I like
DCs.
Feeler. This is when I relax. If I'm going to go out for the evening, I'll put on a suit. I'll put on a sport jacket, pants, and stuff like that. But I'm relaxing. I put on a Feeler suit. I got 20 of them. And I'm going to buy 2 or 3 more.
Hey, man.
Yeah, this is what I like. Look at you got people who like Feeler. They like, I don't know, what are some of the other names? I don't care what they like. This is what I like. People don't like the idea that I like Feeler because it's an Italian brand. Too goddamn bad. I'm Italian. I like what I like.
Listen, man, I got a lot of things planned for the future. I'm just excited about the things I got going. I'm going to start filming pretty soon.
Right, good.
Within the next month, I'll probably start filming.
Yeah, good. Now, like I said, you heard me make that challenge to Lee again. That's the 4th time I made the challenge to him. I also did it to Tony Pizza and all the rest. I don't want to. If these guys ain't got balls enough to come to my face, don't even talk about me.
They won't,
And
man.
like I
They
said,
won't
with
do
the poster,
that.
Nicosa's got a big mouth. But like I said, once you took pictures of my bedroom window and my kitchen window, what are you looking to see? My girl walking around naked, or my daughter, or my granddaughter? That means you're a pervert. Everybody in my age group knows that Nicosa's a pervert, that he had those pictures. And he's got a tape recording. It's not even me, it's my cousin Sal. Because like I said, when he said he was going to the cops, we were in my car and I got the car phone on. And my cousin Sal was playing with him, telling him I'm going to go to the cops, I'm going to do this. So he's so dumb, Nicosa, that he doesn't hear us laughing in the background. But also, you got to remember, only a rat makes tape recordings. And a rat condones them. So Nicosa, you fall into that category because the people in LA told me that about you also. Just like they said about Lee. And he's got short eyes. So all you guys got short eyes, as far as I'm concerned. When you take pictures of the guys, that's wrong. You don't mess with a guy's family like that. So what are you going to do? You're going to get pictures. You might get a picture. Maybe you get a picture of me naked walking through the house. Or my girl, or my daughters, or my granddaughter. So what are you going to do when you get the picture? You're going to stand there and wax your camera? You're going to jerk off over it? That's what you're going to do?
Oh, come on, man. Guys. Stop saying shit like that, man.
They're all tough guys, all of a sudden.
You're going to get me jammed up, man.
Nicosa wants to see me. I'll meet him Sunday at L&B Pizza at 1 o'clock. I got a lot of stuff I got to do this week for the holidays, and I'll meet him there. Otherwise, don't even try to play me, Nicosa.
Anthony, did you used to come to 86th Street in Brooklyn? Somebody drive you in a black Trans Am or a Firebird? 86th Street in Brooklyn. Someone says, I'm repeating it for the third time. Hold on. It's this guy named Michael says, "Hey Anthony, did you used to come to 86th Street in Brooklyn? Somebody will drive you in a black Trans Am or a Firebird?"
Yeah, Firebird Trans Am. Yes. Yes.
Shit.
He's gone back quite a ways. He's gone back a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got to be going back to like the 80s and the early 90s. Huh?
Staxx, he's saying Frankie was the captain, then Frankie wasn't a captain till after Eddie was killed.
Oh, no. No, he was not. He was not. Frankie was a captain before Eddie got killed. Because that's why Eddie sat down at the sit-down. He was able to sit down because Big Alley Boy was at the sit-down.
Hold on, I got to just do something real quick, man. My bad.
Yeah, everybody wants to change the stories around. I really don't give a damn.
Of course.
They can all change their stories. Listen to me. Frankie had a lot of power in the 70s because I had a club called the Rich Man, Poor Man Club in the 70s on Avenue L between East 15th Street and Locust Avenue. And Grace Ann used to come there. Louisa used to come there. Those were his daughters, his kids, and his nieces. They used to come there. Good.
Hold on, I'm looking for some...
So what did the guy about the Trans Am say?
I don't know. They're just saying... See, here's the fake you right here, Anthony. Boom. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
There's you. Everyone thinks that's you, and it's not you.
That's not me. I'm on there talking to you now. What did the idiot write?
He put Nicosa Connection as Jag-off.
Listen, that's not me. I'm on the show live right now, and I don't use that picture. That picture was used, I think, in my book or something. One of my pictures on something. I don't type everything out. I either talk like this to you live, or I call up on the phone and I talk to you on the phone. I don't type in comments. I don't type in comments.
Frankie Lino was a captain in the late 80s. He says Frankie Lino was a captain in the late 80s.
It's a little earlier than that, believe me when I tell you.
Dude says an Italian guy from Brooklyn in a Firebird? What a shocker.
No, tell him it was a Firebird Trans Am.
That's the same car, right? Same kind of thing.
Well, no, the Firebird Trans Am is like the top of the line. You got like the Firebird, and then you have the I forgot what the other one's called, and then you got the Trans Am.
I used to have Camaro. My first
used to
car
have
I ever
Camaro,
bought
right.
was a
And I had a
Camaro.
Camaro SS.
Yeah.
And I used to
I
drive
had
a Camaro SS. That's right.
Yeah, I had a white Camaro. I remember I had to
Yeah.
put sandbags in the back when it would snow
Yeah,
because the back would fishtail and shit.
yeah, for the traction, yeah. But see, I never liked luxury cars, big luxury cars. I always liked muscle cars. I've always had them all my life. I've always had them. I had a
I
Monte
like
Carlo SS, I had Camaro SSs, everything like that.
my cousin has a Monte Carlo SS, real nice one. But
Yeah. They're worth a lot of money now. They're worth a lot of
yeah,
money.
you know, he tried to. Cars are like double the price, man. They're like insane right now because of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, even used cars. I'm talking about they're trying to
Yeah.
get like sticker value for a fucking used car. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Listen, the car market's a hot market now. You know? It's a good market.
It really is.
Yeah. Oh, you went out, Staxx. What happened?
I'm right here, bro.
There you go. Okay.
You want to
What?
know how much I was making per week in my prime? How much were
What'd
you
they
making?
say?
So you're asking yourself a question. How much were you making a week in your prime?
I'm asking myself. How can I be asking myself a question when I'm talking to you on the phone? On the
Well,
internet?
the fake Raimondi is asking you how much you were making in your prime.
Well, right off the top, if the guy's the fake guy and he's asking me a question, he's using my picture and he's claiming to be me. If he is, then he should know how much I was making.
Probably, right?
You know what I'm saying? Are you kidding me or what? The guy's
Inflation's
using
a
my picture,
bitch,
claiming
man.
to be me, asking me what I made in my prime. Okay. What?
What about the pic of you on the phone looking like like Stallone?
What picture am I on the phone?
That picture
Which
was
one?
you, right? Let me find it. I'll pull it up.
A picture of me looking like
Yeah, a
Stallone.
picture of you on the phone. Long time ago. It's like an old
When I
picture
was
of
on
you.
the phone. That after I came home. Yeah, I was home about 6 months from prison then. I was on the phone talking to somebody. Yeah. I was home about 6 months.
How the hell did that picture surface, man? I ain't ever see
I
that
have
phone.
that in my Facebook. It's in one of my pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a cigar in my hand and I was talking on the phone. Yeah.
How old were you in that picture?
Let me see. I went away when I was 30. 83, 84, 85, 35. I was 35.
Let's see. Let's see the young Raimondi. Bam!
Yeah, that's it.
Making connections. You're blocking. You're blocking the mic, man. Yeah, I see the cigar. Anthony, is it the same cigar?
Listen, let me tell you something. I don't smoke in the house.
You're blocking the microphone, bro. With your hand.
What?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
All right. Now I can hear you.
I have a habit. I always hold a cigar and like I'm smoking it when I'm in the house. I never smoke cigars in the house. And if I'm at the studio, I don't smoke in the studio. When I'm outside or when I'm in my car is when I smoke. All right? But I've been smoking cigars since I'm 18 years old. So I've smoking cigars like 50 years.
How do you feel about this guy using your name, man? In your
Personally,
picture?
the guy's a jerk off and he's got no balls. Because he's going to see, people like that are going to try to make me look bad by using my name because other people are going to really think that it's me when it's not.
A lot of
So
people
this way I
do
let
think it's
everybody
you.
know.
A lot of people do. A lot of people do think that's you.
It's not me. I do not write on the phone. I do not text on the shows. When I'm on the show, I talk to you live or any guest you have, or I talk to you on the phone. I don't type in questions and answers or anything like that. I don't do that. I'd rather talk live. So if the guy's trying to make himself be famous, which he's making a mistake, or he's trying to make me look bad, which is a mistake. You know
This
what it
dude
is?
seriously
Somebody
wants to
wants
know.
fun.
This dude seriously wants to know how much you made a week in your prime. Like how much
Who
you
wants
would
to know?
make in a week. La Grifta Nosa.
La Grifta, is that Cosa Nostra or what? La
No.
Grifta Nostra.
Yeah, I don't know why these people make up crazy ass names, man. I'm not here to wean out why they make names. I'm here to ask you the damn question. How much were you making a week?
That's my business what I was making a week. Let's put it this way. I made enough where it kept me in cars, money, jewelry, houses, and everything. I'll leave it at that.
Were you into gambling? Would you ride the wave, the gambling wave?
No. I didn't gamble. I had gambling parlors. I had gambling houses where we had card games, blackjack, roulette. I had a Shylock business, and I had a numbers business. Numbers, horses, and sports business. That's what I done. And I had after-hour clubs.
Yeah, but would you bet yourself? Like, would you?
Nope. I never bet. I never gambled. It's the worst thing you can do. Making the money off of gamblers is great. Spending the money on gambling, it's a bad mistake.
Yeah, if you're how about have you ever seen people that do loan sharking give their self money to pay back gambling debts and try to borrow money to pay back gambling debts with other people and stuff like that?
No, what I've seen them do is go to other Shylocks and borrow money to pay off their debts.
And when they find
They
out
never
it's
took money for themselves and did that. No.
but if you do that, man, and they find out, you're in trouble, right?
Well,
Or
it
if you're
depends.
going
If
to
you're shorting
bet,
the boss, yeah, you're in trouble.
what if you're going to bet with another bookie and you owe another bookie money?
It don't make a difference. Well, let me tell you, if you owe one bookie money and you bet with another bookmaker and it comes out, you're in a world of trouble. Because first of
Yeah.
all, they'll find out from the other bookmaker if he knew that you had money owed to the other guy. If you didn't, they would tell you there's no more gambling there. If he did, he's in trouble also for taking your bets.
Who did you directly kick up to?
I kicked up to my captain. I kicked up to my captain and the boss of the family.
The fake Raimondi needs to pay you for using your name.
What did he say?
This dude says, Tuco says fake Raimondi needs to pay for using your real name in your picture.
Another day, if I find out who it is, he'll pay all right. That's for sure. That is definitely for sure. But, listen, once you start getting some notoriety, listen to me, once you start getting notoriety, you're always going to get people that are kind of come out, try to impersonate you, try to make you look bad or whatever, because, one, they're jealous of you of what you've done and what you're doing, and two, because they never had the guts to do whatever you're doing. That's the way I look at it. That's the way
A lot of people are just they don't have
jealous.
no ambition in life, man. You know what I mean? They don't.
But but a lot of people get jealous and they got to try to make you look bad. You understand? Because they didn't have the guts to do what you do, and they don't like the idea that you're doing things, and they're jealous. People just get jealous over stupid things. Like I never said I'm better than anybody. I never claimed to be better than anybody. I led the life that I wanted to lead. No, you don't understand, Staxx. I led a life that I wanted to lead. That's it. That's all it was, open and shut. Whether somebody else wants to lead that life, fine, more power to them. If somebody doesn't and they want to be a legitimate guy and go to work, that's even great for them too. I got nothing bad to say about any of them.
Were you around when Wild Bill used to get his hair cut at Bruno's Barbershop on 86th Street?
Yes, I was. Yes, I was around that time. Yes, I was. That's right. And he did get a cut there. That's right. You're 100% right. And he used to
Thank
go
you.
once a week. He used to go once a week to get his hair trimmed. His hair was meticulous, this guy.
Bro, I get my hair trimmed like once a week. You know, I gotta stay sharp, man. I gotta stay fresh, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't
That's
go.
what
I don't
Billy
go
used to
every
do.
week. I go about
And
every
let me
once
tell,
every
and
2
let me
weeks.
tell you something. Yeah. And let me tell you something. Everybody could talk and say what they want. Billy was a meticulous dresser. Always went for his hair every week, haircut, and Billy always traveled with a couple of guys when he went. But that's right. He was at Bruno's. Exactly right.
So when they scooped him up, do you think he was with people? And the people that he was with, because it was another faction that was coming to get him, right? It was the same family. Like how were they able to grab him?
Oh, Billy?
Yeah.
Story I heard was that he got called to a meeting and he went to the meeting.
Did you hear anything
was-
else? Like, did you hear about like that they used the guy to play like he was like play nice with him and lure him somewhere? That's usually how they do it, right?
When you get no. You get called to a meeting, you go to a meeting. All right, that's it. Cut and dry. You get called to a meeting, you're the underboss, and you get called to a meeting, or if you're a captain, you get called to a meeting, you go to the meeting. The meeting could be a legitimate meeting, or it could be the end of you. They've taken out a lot of guys like that. Hey, there's a meeting tonight, you got to be there. And the guy went there and they whacked him. That's happened plenty of times.
This dude says you can't acknowledge LCN if you were made and didn't rap. And that's a fucking lie.
LCN, what's LCN?
La Cosa Nostra. That's their little LCN. That's what who says. So now, someone that was in the street, would they call it LCN?
No. No.
Come on, man.
First of all, I never heard, the only guys who ever used that term, La Cosa Nostra, were the old timers. The new guys, the younger guys, they never use that term. They'll use terms like wise guys, organized crime, the mafia, the mob, the outfit, stuff like that they'll use. But the old timers would be the ones that were Cosa Nostra. But they never called LCN or anything like that.
I know they're trying to like make it like into the new age LCN. Like what the fuck is that? This sounds stupid,
you know what?
man.
Maybe the new guys now, maybe the new kids that are up and running now, maybe that's what they call it. Who the hell knows? I don't know. But these new kids are the ones that brought it down and made it a mess. They made it a mess. And it'll never be like it was. Never.
That's the life 101, bro. I have uncles that were made in the Genovese family, in the Goosey Beast family.
What did he say?
Connecticut's full of people in the Genovese family. I was friends with with someone when I was growing up, and his grandfather was in the Genovese family, and he sold me his grandfather's pistol, and he was calling me begging me to give it back, and I was like, no, it's not happening. So that kid, what he ended up doing is, I was involved with a street gang out here, and this kid who his father or his grandfather was involved with that life that you were involved with, and he ended up going down to Florida and breaking off and starting his own faction of the gang that I was in, 20 Love, and he started his own thing, and he ended up killing 2 people and getting life in or 20-something years.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, well, hey, listen, things like that go on all the time.
Bro, I don't care how much this dude makes. I don't care. I don't care.
Who wants to know how much I make?
No, they're talking about how much Tony Pizza made. I don't care about that guy. Don't keep telling me about him. I don't care. He's cancer to this shit. He really is.
Listen, like I told you before, I don't know Tony Pizza from a hole in the wall. He started opening up his mouth about me. And if he thinks I'm going to sit there, he's out of his mind. Now, like I said, the guy, Carlo, I got his texts, and he said he owed him a favor. And he likes Tony Pizza. Tony's a stand-up guy. Tony's not a stand-up guy. Okay?
No.
Because Tony, he's a half a mutt. Okay? And I don't want nobody trying to scare you. Don't think you're scaring me or threatening me, because it ain't going to work. All right? Because the Tony Pizza has what?
It ain't fucking working with me either. I ain't scared of nobody, man.
Tony Pizza, I told him more than once, come and meet me, and he won't meet me. All right, so what does that tell you? All right? So let him, first of all, he made a mistake by putting my name in his mouth. If he keeps my name out of his mouth, I'll keep his name out of my mouth.
He's down in Florida, man. He drove down to Florida.
If he wants to be a tough guy, then when he comes up, come on and see me. And we'll see.
He drove down to Florida. He drove down to Florida because it's getting cold up here, and he needs a nice warm place to sleep. And that's what he did. He drove down to Florida. He could stay on the beach.
What? Doesn't he have a house?
No, he lives in his car, man.
He lives in his car, and he's a wise guy, and he lives in his car. And people believe that he's a wise guy, that he lives in his car. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, if he's a wise guy living in his car, all right, if he is a wise guy living in his car, number one, he's a disgrace. Number two, ain't he making money? If he's making money, he should get an apartment. So the guy's full of it.
I know his nose is full of product. His nose is probably full of product.
He does a lot of coke. He probably does a lot of drugs. Who knows? But you know what? They want to make threats day and night. Make all the threats you want. You know what? Like I said, you hide behind the screen. You hide behind the computer, your phone, your camera, keyboard, everything. Don't impress me. I told all of them, you want to meet with me, here's where you come to meet me. I'll be there. None of them
This dude says, I want to come meet you. It's been over 35 years, he said.
What?
This guy says, I want to come meet you. It's been 35 years since I met you.
Wow. Hey, who's this?
Michael Mormile.
Who?
Mormile.
Morale?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Is his father Sally Morale?
I don't know, man.
Never ask him.
I don't know. You ask him.
Is your father Sal Morale and you have a sister named Deborah Morale? Michael, yeah, if it's a kid I know, he's from Staten Island.
Listen, it won't last with him. He got cut off the air because he's done. They're banning Tony Pizza from YouTube. He's not going to be on here for much longer, like, because he crossed the line. You can't come up here and do that. Like, there's certain rules that they got to go by, and you can't come up here and threaten people and all that other shit. You just can't.
Staxx, don't even let him. Hold on a minute, Staxx. I gotta put my phone on the charger. The battery's going down.
Yeah, I gotta get ready to go anyway, man.
Hang on a minute. The fuck is the thing over here? Hold on. Listen, the kid Morale. See, did he answer you yet?
No, he did not.
Is he still on?
I don't know. I can't tell who's on and who's off, man.
Oh. Because if the kid Michael,
I can't hear you. Covering the mic.
Oh, okay. Now can you hear me?
You're a fucking train wreck, man.
Train wreck my fucking ass. If the kid's Michael Morale, let him answer you if his father's name is Sal.
He's not answering me. He's probably gone, man.
Well, if it is him, say it's his father Sal. He's got a sister named Deborah, and his mother's name I think was Pat.
Yeah, I don't know. They're not answering. They're not answering.
Huh.
He said no.
He said what?
The guy said no.
No to what?
Whatever you just said, man. I don't know. He said no.
That's the only Morale that I know is Michael, that his father, his name is Sal Morale.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's not on here anymore. He's not.
Deborah, and his mother's name was Pat.
I don't know. He's not on here anymore, man. I don't know where he went.
Oh, please. Somebody else using names. That's all right.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
He said he met you on Facebook, man. He looks at you on Facebook.
Well, he didn't meet me no 35 years. How did you say he met me 35 years ago?
Are you? I'm not relaying conversation through the comments. It's not happening. I'm not doing that. It's not what I do. It's not happening. So, anyway, I have a real good idea. I'm getting cold-hearted. You said I'm getting cold-hearted. I got a real good idea, man, and we should do this. I don't want to talk about it yet. I'll call you after, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, call me later tonight.
Yeah. So, hold on.
Yeah. Like I said, my friends in LA let me know everything that goes on.
Genovese family, and yeah, they definitely run Connecticut. Yeah, Anthony Butchie was from the West Side, says hello.
Of course.
Butchie from the West Side says hello.
Tell him
you know hello. Him? You just said hello.
I might have met him too. What?
I said you just said hello. You just said hello.
Yeah, he said hello to me. Yeah. If he's from the West Side, I might have met him. I probably met him through Danny Salenti, Uncle Danny. Because Uncle Danny was there. They called Danny Salenti. They called him Uncle Danny. He was with them.
Who's the guys that Wild Bill was around all the time?
Originally, Wild Bill started out with what the hell was that guy's name? The guy who actually, I can't remember the guy who actually made him. Joe Lane. Originally, Wild Bill was with Joe Lane, and that's who straightened him out. But Wild Bill had his own club up on, I think it was 11th Avenue. He had his own spot over there with a crew over there.
It's still gonna happen. The show's still gonna happen with Frank. We're just trying to schedule get the schedules lined up, and if I can make it happen, I'm gonna make it happen.
But who, Frank?
So with Frank, if we could still make that happen, Di Matteo, with Di Matteo, and I'm gonna reach out to him again, and I'll try to see if I can make it happen again. It's just the schedule. The scheduling is hard to get everyone in one spot same time, but
yeah, that'd be good. That'd be a good deal. That'd be good.
This dude said, "Who were Bill's bodyguards?"
I have no idea. I never saw Bill with bodyguards. When he used to come down to 3rd Avenue, he came down on his own. When he would come down towards the dip. I knew there was a kid named Robert that was close with him, but then they had a falling out years ago. There was a kid, Robert, that was close with him.
All the people in here, if you guys want to help me with the toy drive that I'm going to be having for December, you can donate to any of the Cash Apps I have, Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo, and I will put the money towards the Christmas thing that I'm doing. So if anyone here wants to help out, I'm going to be buying toys and like socks and stuff like that for the kids that are in the shelter for Christmas. I'm going to make their Christmas a better one this year than what they would normally have. So if anyone here wants to help me, you can donate through any of the Cash Apps from now until Christmas. I'm going to be putting it together to where I can help these kids this winter. And if you guys want to be a part of that, if you can't donate, you can share this video or You promise you'll send the envelope?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just said you'll send an envelope, Anthony.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll send it out next week.
They said, how
Hello.
come Sammy the Bull never heard of you?
Who the hell heard Sammy the Bull until he got famous? I wasn't friends with him. What do you think? Every wise guy knows every wise guy? It doesn't happen that way. And I'll guarantee 90% of you never heard about Sammy the Bull until he became a rat. Or until, let me rephrase that. Until John became the boss of the family.
Do you think that Sammy should have just bit the bullet and went to prison for life?
Well, let me put it this way. If Sammy was supposedly living up to what he wanted, he should have, yes.
If he was a real gangster and he was living by the code, he would have did the time
If he
and
was
not
going to
told.
live by the code, if he was going to really live by the code, then he should have went to jail and did his time, and that was it. Because if Sammy didn't open up his mouth, John would have never got arrested. John would have never got arrested.
Yeah, but he was already locked up, man, when Sammy decided to flip.
Yeah, but you don't understand something. John beat all the cases. When he flipped, that's when he got convicted. When Sammy testified against him.
Yeah, it was
Otherwise,
locked
John
in.
beat all the cases.
Yeah, but with that tape, he was kind of screwed, man.
They
With that
beat
tape?
that. It's except, listen to me, they beat all that in court. It was what Sammy said about John. That's what got him the conviction.
Make sure you guys hit the like button. There's 102 people in here. And I thank every single one of you for joining us. You guys are awesome. Anyway, man, I got to take off. Thank you for joining me tonight, man. And we'll work it out. And I'll try to have you and Frank on at the same time. And you guys could
that'd be good.
chop it up
Yeah, that'd be
about back in the day. I think it would be a good episode.
Yeah, definitely would be good.
So if you guys want to help me, do your part. I'll do my part. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. And thank you all for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Anthony.
My pleasure, cuz.
You guys have a great night, man. I'll see you soon.
All right.